Hey guys, Ethan here. It's been a second since we've made a video, so I'm just excited to be back at it. I thought I would kind of wrap up my thoughts from the last Legato video that we put together. There was a riff that I never really got to show you guys that I just wanted to kind of dive into and dissect a little bit. So this one's definitely kind of geared towards like a minor scale, Aeolian, Dorian, that kind of thing. And really the idea probably started to crystallize for me when I started to reach out to pentatonic scales that were next door a little bit more. I got really into like being able to sweep a varied number of notes per string idea. And then I just kind of took that and started to apply it to reaching out to the next pentatonic scale. So let's talk about that a little bit. So varied number of notes per string, that's just me referring to like maybe taking a 3-note per string sort of framework and just picking out 1 or 2 or 3 of those notes in a given order on a given string, and then kind of doing the same thing, picking a number of those notes on the next string. So say I have a 3-note per string scale. I might pick out 1 and 3 on the first string. So instead of 1, 2, 3, just going 1, 3. Maybe I just want 2, the second note of the next string. Maybe I want 1 and 3 of the next string again. We just start that over. 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2. Just varied number of notes per string, being able to sweep through like that. And so this idea is kind of latching onto that, but thinking about the 3-note per string concept as being 3 pentatonic notes per string. And then thinking about that as, moving through in a certain pattern of number of notes per string. So maybe 1, 3, 2 again. And all of a sudden that has a totally different flavor to it. So yeah, let's break it down. Let's talk about kind of the doing of it, and then we can also talk about some exercises adjacent to it. So in terms of the riff itself, I just randomly chose to plop this on B minor right here. Technically could kind of situate it wherever it needs to be situated. So we're going to start with that 7th fret, and then we're going to hammer out with your ring finger, which is kind of unusual, but we're going to hammer with your ring finger out to 10 because we want to save your pinky to be accessible for that pentatonic scale next door. We're going to come down with your middle finger. Again, kind of not everybody's used to doing things this way, but we're going to put your middle finger on 9 on the 5th string. Now we're going to go down to the 4th string. We're going to grab 7 on that 4th string. And we're going to use your pinky to hammer out to 12. So we're finding, that note of the pentatonic scale that would be next door. Like if you consider that this is, B minor pentatonic 1. Then B minor pentatonic 2 is living right next door here. And that 12 we're hammering to, it's out there in that pentatonic 2, so just reaching out of our box. All right, and this is probably a good time just to think about the picking a little bit. Anytime we're doing varied number of notes per string, but it's a sweep style legato like this, obviously we want to sweep pick, but we want to make sure that on strings that have multiple notes on them that are being hammered to, that we're letting our pick fall to the next string and wait there. So like say the top string has 2 notes here. My pick immediately pops through and lands on the 5th string, and it's waiting there until my hammer-on's complete and I'm ready to pop through that next string. So pick, pick. But when I come through that 5th string, there's only 1 note there, so I have to pop through immediately to that next string. So pick, pick, pick. There's going to be kind of a rhythm that pick is going to follow. Pick, 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 depending on the number of notes per string. But yeah, so just thinking about parking on each string. Whoops. And we came out to the 12th fret here, so let's continue on. We're going to put your middle finger down on 9 on the 3rd string. All right. And we're going to put your pointer finger on 7 on the 2nd string. Hammering your ring finger to 10 on the 2nd string. All right, now we're gonna kind of plot our return trip. So our first move here is gonna be playing 10 on the second string and then pulling off 9 to 7 on the third string. And again, we're staying to the ring and middle and pointer here so that pinky is accessible. All right, so we're gonna kind of double back to the second string with your pinky for a 12, and then we're gonna come up for 9, pulling off to 7. That's pinky, middle, pointer. 12, 9, 7. So you might jam those bottom 3 strings just to kind of get used to the flow there. And from there, we're gonna get something like this. So I'm going middle finger for 9 on the 4th string. Pinky's coming up for 12 on the 5th string. And we're up on 10 on the top string. And that's pulling off to 7 on the top string. So that's 9 on the 4th string, 12 on the 5th string, 10 on the top string, pulling off to 7. So we have, if we go from where we doubled back to the second string. All right, so hopefully you guys have some fun putting that one together. It's a bit of a beast, so in case you want some things to work on that are just adjacent to that, we can talk about a couple little exercises here that might be relevant. So the next way we could kind of exercise this would be to steal a little bit of a sequence that's in the return trip of the riff, and just take that sequence all the way through instead of just doing a snippet of it. So what I mean by that is there's this little pattern that's kind of built into my legato riff. Something kind of along those lines. It's kind of sandwiched in there just a little bit. A lot of times really cool riffs can start as a sequence and then just become more varied. And I think that's really where my brain was when I was making the return trip, is on this guy. Whoops. Yeah, so here on the return trip, I'm also thinking 3 note per string pentatonic. Just sounds good. It's stretchy. It's easy to do. It's going to target our chord pretty well. And I'm just going to go 1, 3, 2, 1. Again, I'm just thinking about 3 notes per string pentatonic. From there, I'm going to just do a single note, which is going to be, in this case, the second note on that second string. And then I'm going to go for the second note on the third string. And I'm pulling off from that second note to the first note. From there, I'm literally restarting the pattern right off of that note. So now I'm going to go 1, 3, 2, 1, 2. You would pull off 2 to 1 here. Yeah, so it sounds really cool as its own piece of vocab, but it should just give you kind of an idea of some of the ways that you're moving your fingers. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know what you guys want to get up to next, and I'll try to keep the videos rolling. It's just been a little bit crazy lately, so yeah, looking forward to getting back into it. Peace, y'all.